arrived. When he signed the massive $2 trillion COVID relief and government funding bill last month, he triggered a countdown for U.S. intelligence agencies to tell Congress what they know about UFOs. The Director of National Intelligence and the Secretary of Defense have just under 6 months to give an unclassified report. Joining us now is Doug Wilson, Chief Investigator of all domestic cases at Mutual UFO Network. Doug, it's great to speak with you. I feel like anytime the government declassifies any information, we just get a lot of papers with black lines redacting almost everything. How much information do you expect will be made available?
Well, that has certainly been our experience in the past. Lots of redaction that really makes the documents all but useless. The good news here is this information is not going to be released to the general public. It's going to be released to the Congressional Intelligence and Armed Services Committees. They're going to be the recipients of this information rather than us, which means it's far more likely that there's going to be a lot less redaction when it's given to them.
So what will they likely learn? What do you think our national security agencies want to learn from this information?
Right over by those solar panels, it's like hovering above. You know what? Hold on, let me. Oh, shit. Whoa. What is that? It's like teleporting. It's like, that's insane. Yeah, is it a, do you see the Air Force thing?
Запись номер жетона! Причина содержания! Причина содержания!
Уважаемые представители, не мешаем работе сотрудников полиции, не находится на пути исследования. Уважаемые представители СМИ, во время задержания не находимся на пути...
Bizim yobaza faşistler bırakmayız.
Bana bakın ya! Bana bakın! Bana bakın, başka yere gidiyoruz.
Sakin.
Ya böyle saldırı olmaz ona. Bekle sen.
Sakin.
Barışçı bir protestoyla bir ne olacak burada? Bu nasıl bir iş? Ne yaptı ben anlamadım. Ne yaptı? Çocuk...
The US is on the brink of a nuclear war with Russia and China. At least that's the stark warning from America's Strategic Command Chief, the four-star Admiral Charles Richmond.
The US military must shift its principal assumption from nuclear employment is not possible to nuclear employment is a very real possibility, and act to meet and deter that reality.
Well, the former UN weapons inspector Scott Ritter believes the warnings are a dangerous move.
If the United States uses nuclear weapons against Russian forces or on Russian soil, the Russians will have no choice but to respond. This is what makes the Admiral's statements about preparing for nuclear war so dangerous, because there is no way of containing it. If there is a nuclear war between the United States and Russia, it will be a general nuclear war, which means not only will both nations be annihilated, but the world will also be destroyed as we currently know it. The United States identified Russia and China as peer adversaries, requiring the buildup of conventional military power to adequately contain the threat they pose, both in Europe, in terms of the Russians, and in the Pacific, in terms of the Chinese. As things currently stand, the United States does not have the conventional military force necessary to successfully engage with the guarantee of conventional victory, either Russia or China, which means that should there be a conflict, nuclear weapons would probably have to be employed on the part of the United States. It will take some time, but we eventually got through the Cold War, and I'm hopeful we will eventually get through this.
A new report says homicide rates nationwide saw a historic increase in 2020 when compared to 2019.
And so far, 2021 isn't looking any better.
Really, every place in America, every size of city or every suburb or every parish or county that you live in saw an increase in murder, ranging from in metro counties, so basically the suburbs. Murder was up 10% last year relative to 2019 through September. In cities, metro areas under 10,000 people, murder was up 31%.
But Asher believes the cause of this problem, and therefore the solution, is much bigger than local policing.
A change in policing or something random that happened in March as the explanation, but that doesn't explain this big national change in murder. And so for that, I think you really need big explanation.
Because what they said was Clearview AI, which slurped 3.3 billion records, facial images from social media, Facebook, etc., and then sold that to law enforcement agencies all around the world, as well as private companies. That is the kind of unbelievable surveillance that just you can't imagine. It's like putting all these individuals in a police lineup for everyone to take a look at. It's appalling.
The magnitude is stunning, is it not? The scope?
I mean, 3.3 billion. Can you imagine that? And of course, all of these facial images were slurped without any consent, without any notice to the individuals involved. And may I remind you that your facial image is the most sensitive personal information in existence. In the wrong hands, it can do unbelievable harm.
It's a mystery along the Pacific coast. Gray whales are dying in large numbers.
A 40-foot male gray whale washed up on the beach near Sand Lake in Tillamook County overnight.
It appears that this whale had been dead for a few days, but at this particular time they're still not sure what caused it to die and what is the reason for it to be washed out.
The Pacific Whale Watch Association says it found a dead humpback whale floating in the Strait of Juan de Fuca. They identified it as Hawkeye, a young male that was spotted last month near Souk, BC.
Moving on now, France is witnessing an abnormal spike in deaths of whales. Over 6 fin whales were found washed up on the country's western shores. Marine biologists are investigating the deaths of these fin whales.
Un grand maximum d'Iroquois sur l'ensemble de l'année et sur l'ensemble des littoraux, y compris de la Méditerranée. Là, on a un phénomène relativement, j'oserais dire, épidémique, en tout cas, d'une mortalité aiguë qui ne semble pas normale parce qu'on est capable d'observer, nous, depuis près de 50 ans.
Beaches along the West Coast are looking more like crime scenes as investigators examine bodies that have washed ashore. They're trying to solve a marine mystery. Why are so many gray whales dying?
It looks like it's on track to reach or exceed the most we've ever seen in a previous year. Anytime a group of large animals are all showing the same stressed nutritional condition, it means that there's something wrong with their food. We really want to evaluate, are there changes in the environment that are causing this? If you've got gray whales that are dying because something's wrong in the ocean, it means other animals in the ocean are going to die too.